everyone? Welcome to Backstage. This is Mark Davis, and I'm here with Reczy. What's up, Reczy?
How you guys doing?
How you doing, Reczy? How's it going?
I'm doing great. It was a busy day today, but that means you're doing something good. I'd rather be busy than bored.
Busy than bored. There's something to be said about that. Whenever someone says, "Oh, I got nothing going on," like, what the hell are you doing?
You got nothing. I mean, like, you don't even got laundry to do, my brother. Like, go on.
What the hell you got going on, right?
Yeah.
So, Reczy, tell me what's been going on with you with the with your business. Well, first of all, you're a digital creator, a content creator.
Content creator.
And tell me what you do.
So basically, 3 years ago, I started a brand called MBB World. It stands for Mystery Box Boys and Mystery Box Baddies. So the brand is about building a community. Mystery Box, we were thinking outside of the box. There's a lot of things that we do for the entertainment industry. And that started with my background in digital marketing. At a young age, I learned content can help build funnels for brands, for businesses.
Right.
I started off young using TikTok. I mean, not using TikTok, using Vine,
okay,
which was
Vine.
basically the early TikTok, right?
TikTok.
That's why,
Early
but
TikTok.
I was making content on it before it got banned. And then I ended up figuring out that, all right, well, with good content draws a lot of attention. You can use that attention for whatever you want. And so I decided to create a brand that uses that attention to promote anything in the entertainment industry. If you're somebody who takes yourself serious, you're an artist and you take your craft very serious and you've been looking for a push. If you're somebody with an entertainment background and you have a lot of attention, but you're looking for something to give you a push, that's what MBB World is.
Okay.
We give aspiring artists, content creators, entrepreneurs, internet moguls, everyone a chance to push themselves and using our platform. So MBB World is just, we're the one-stop shop for digital and physical content, period.
Gotcha. Now, this is a rebrand for you.
Yeah.
Because you were doing, you had your relationship.
So, and it's funny, you need to go through things in life to get to where you are today, right? So, yep, I started doing TikTok content. I rebranded. I was like, all right, I want to start making content again after Vine and after Instagram going viral. So I was in a relationship at the time, and we started creating TikTok content that was about relationships. We actually started a niche that was called 4 Questions to Ask Your Partner to Deepen Your Connection. And that first video we did, I actually made because we were in an argument. And I was like, what would be super funny? And we made some questions to figure it out. And then we were like, this could be TikTok content. And so basically we took those questions and we made, a video where we were both going back and forth saying those questions. 800,000 views in probably like 24 hours, right? The video ended with like 4 million in a week. And then I was like, oh, wow, like we should make this a consistent thing. So we started creating a surplus of content. And then it got to the point where we gained 100,000 followers, got connected with some big YouTubers in the niche and started getting brand ambassador opportunities, right? So,
right.
What's funny? The first thing that started my official, I would say, like, journey on my business with MBB World was I got someone paid me, or it was a company called Evergreen. It's a number 2 dating app. It might be number 1 now, but it's a number 2 dating app at the time for just dating. It was a dating app where basically you can use it to communicate with your partner. You can use it to start talking to other people or just learning about how to date, right? They messaged me and they messaged us. They gave us $250 to make a video that was in our niche. So we would say 4 questions to ask your partner to deepen your connection. They asked us to make content based around that niche so they can take it and promote it. So we came up with Evergreen helped us find 4 questions to deepen our connection, right? Just right off the slogan. And wow, they sent us $250 quicker than ever. They were happy. I was like, we tried so hard on it. It was great.
Right.
But because I was also a part of, I was a brand ambassador, I was able to see the analytics of what they did with said content. So this is where I realized, they got me.
Yeah,
they got me, right?
Got you.
So they got me great because what they ended up doing is took about $1,300 in paid ad targeted marketing. And they went to Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and they took that video and I was seeing myself blasted. I'm blasted
all
everywhere.
over the place.
I'm like, and everyone's texting me like, bro, I see you and your ex on the commercial. Even to this day, people still see it, right? And so when I got to look into the analytics through their website, they paid $1,300 for online marketing. They paid me $250. They paid about $1,500, right?
Right.
Through the funnel that they used, which was like a $49.99 yearly subscription to their program, they made $37,000.
Wow.
and like it was like
Talk about a return on a $250 investment.
Like, yo, thank God, I should have asked for 2,000. I should have asked for but
well, they got you, but you learned.
I learned that it's not really about being that person or being in front of the camera. It's
Right.
really about creating a platform, right? And now a lot of people will use and manipulate somebody. Like, yeah, I got paid $250 when they made 37,000. You know, when you realize that, you realize there's not the right people in the right positions, and a lot of people get greedy.
Exactly.
And somebody like me, I stopped work. I did felt scammed. There's 2-3 months went by.
No, you weren't. Well, you weren't scammed, but
exactly,
you got done.
I learned a valuable lesson and created a brand through this experience where I said I'm going to create a platform that not only fairly gives everybody an opportunity, but I'm going to be transparent with what we can do with this. So I basically took something that was a harsh experience in my life, but a lesson I needed to learn, and I turned it into an inspiration to figure out how can I do this correctly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And you also learned another lesson from that is that don't build a brand based on a relationship.
Yeah. Don't build. You know, you got to build on a strong foundation, and like, yeah, something. Don't pour your, and this is with anything, don't pour your life into something that isn't something that's you're backing as well, or that's backing you. You know, I built a foundation on something that was for somebody, or that was for a piece of me, but not fully me.
You.
So when I created MBB World, I looked at what I wanted out of life. Like, you know, after I went through a lot of things in my personal life at an early age, from like 19 through 21, I went through a spiritual experience where I started meditating a lot and just getting in tune with who I am. I had to start working 9-to-5 jobs. I played football, baseball, and basketball my whole life. I got a football scholarship. And when I went to go play D3 football, I realized I'm not going to go to the NFL. I just gave 18 years of my life to the sport. I thought I was going to do this, and I'm realizing this isn't even what I want for myself. So I had to go through a lot before creating this. And there's a lot of experiences that I'm glad I went through, because now I can happily say that I'm fully living an open life of who I am. And when you live your full truth, God will bless you. When you're able to confidently walk through a door knowing you are who you are, and you're not wearing a mask, yeah, you're going to feel those highs and lows. They're actually going to be higher and lower. But it feels better knowing that you're true to who you are. So I just enjoy my process because I wouldn't change anything. The highs, the lows, like it was all memories and experiences that brought me to here, which is creating a brand that is currently changing the narrative, not only for the 518, but it's now becoming a global thing past the capital region.
Gotcha. I always, one of the things I always speak to people about is taking your brand past the 518.
Yeah.
Because if that's what you're waiting for to make it, you'll be waiting for a long time.
No, yeah.
You know, you have to take your brand outside the 518. Yeah. So I'm glad to hear that's where you're going. It's past the 518.
And what it looks like for our brand, because a lot of people are probably going to hear that. What does that mean? You know, that means like not only are we going to be hosting showcases in the capital region like Albany, Troy, Schenectady, Saratoga, Amsterdam, and Scotia, Niski. We're going to be connecting. We have sponsors that are looking to go in Connecticut, Philadelphia. Right. Boston.
Gotcha.
Oh, we were just in Oneonta, but now we're going to set up an actual event where we can bring people from Albany, Schenectady, and Troy, even an hour away. And that was where I used to go to college. Hartwick is in Oneonta. Okay. So it's a full experience, right? But all this to say, what we're doing now is rolling out in a brand ambassador program where 10 of these artists who've been with us for 2-3 years, who've been diving into what we've been doing, but who've been investing in themselves, putting on a great show. I mean, landing on MBB World Showcases have made a name for themselves, not only because they're organized and professional events, but because the talent that walks through there and kills the stage. You know, I love performing with artists because I also make music, but right. I promote my brand. The music is something I'm always going to do. But I know what it is to express and use music for expression. So to be on stage and have other artists and we all express and we're all like vulnerable in that moment and we get to exchange that energy. It's about like moments. So I know I'm in the right field and I love doing what I'm doing. And I'm living I'm blessed by God right now.
Well, you know, it's funny, you know, and I enjoy, you know, hearing people when they God, in my opinion, He blesses people who work hard.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you know, people think, well, I can just pray on it. Well, you better pray on it and get the goddamn work.
Well, yeah. Well, I look at like praying, like, so I believe, and I have a lot of different religious and spiritual backgrounds, and I've noticed that like things from the Bible or Quran or just spiritual books that teach you about like personal development, they all they all tell the same story about self-development and like manifestation and praying. Like you got to acknowledge it at first, but that's the first step. If you acknowledge you need help, now you know the first step it is to start taking that, which means you have to act on it, right? You can't ask for what you want and not take the steps and then expect it just to come to you. And I think you're right when you say like people who work hard get what they want, but it's not only when you work hard, because coaches would say this in practice all the time. You know, it doesn't matter about how you. It's about how you practice. You could practice a million times, but if you're not practicing it correct, so a lot of people think like if they just put their head down and work, things will come to them. No, you have to calmly and organizedly understand what you want from life.
Yeah, you got to work with a purpose.
With a purpose, and I see a lot of people crash out in this industry because they lose their purpose through the drama. Now, somebody who's been going through a lot in this industry, I haven't lost my core value to help, right? Because I understand what this is. I understand that I'm a person who's making an impact, and highs and lows are all with duality. So of course, same way you can help somebody is the same way somebody can say how you didn't help them.
Well, you know, take it like this. The very action that you take helps someone. Yeah. And maybe hurt someone else.
Exactly.
Okay, so if the same action, the exact same action, helps someone, and could hurt someone. So you can't. You know, one of the things that I stand by is that I don't judge the action; I judge the intent.
Wow.
Okay, and that's always been a cornerstone for me. And that's why I rarely get into it with people and have problem with people, because even if they do something wrong or something bad to me, I judge the intent, not the action.
Wow.
Because the action a little while later or a little bit before could have a drastically different effect.
Yeah.
So I just tend to, and in this business it really helped me because so many actions are taken that can have disastrous effects.
No, it does.
And you have to be able to say, you know what, I got to take this as it was meant to be.
As it is meant to be.
Not as it turned out to be.
And sometimes it's not about falling, it's about how you get up. You know, you knock the dust off and you say, well, I know there's a rock there. I just tripped over. Right now I can step over him and I can start being mindful of looking down when I walk. And I say that to say there's been a lot of hiccups even in my journey with this brand.
Right.
Where, you know, I because I'm new to this, I thought things went a certain way. People aren't used to it. I did business in this way. And I'll say to everybody who has a positive or negative opinion about my brand or what I've done is I've always tried my best. And I've always worked hard for what I love. And this is an industry where I could say I've given my all, and I'm going to continue to do it because it's changed a lot of people's lives.
And it will continue to change people's lives. And you know, one thing as a young man, and we were talking earlier, and I told you this, is that you have to be okay with hurting people. And it's never going to feel good. Yeah. But you have to understand your intent and your desire to help will help some and hurt others. And they have to come to an understanding. You know, I can't judge the action. Yeah. I got to judge the intent.
You know what I did notice? I like that you said it's not about the action, it's about the intent. Because I noticed that my intent has always been to grow with the community that I built, to establish value. And those, as I raise up and the community raises up together, I noticed that the ones that fall off were the ones that never wanted to see it raise in the beginning. So those that fall out are the ones that were supposed to. So you were right. I mean, we talked about that, it clicked. And I noticed that just in these past couple of months, like as I've grown, some of my worst days in my personal life have been my biggest business successes. And it's because I said, I pushed my feelings aside and put the work ahead of me. And you feel great doing it. You feel great.
Yeah, feel accomplished.
And I love it. You know, we've done probably 25 different events of showcases and parties. I mean, we've traveled. We were just in Connecticut last month, and it was amazing. We had Jotty Toro, Knuckles Brim, Apollo. Shout out to John Biz for organizing that and putting me together in that situation. It was dope. But now we're growing with people that I would have never been able to grow with before because I was so focused and I had tunnel vision for what I was doing. So now that I'm able to think outside the box, mystery box for you. I've learned that, you know, I have a real skill to manifest. My mind, my thoughts, have real understanding and wisdom behind it, even being at an early age. And I learned that if people can see that as well, then I shouldn't hide that anymore. You know, all my life I've been suppressed in a way where I've had to, you know, I was too young to say, oh, damn, you right, but you're too young to say that. You know, I bet, you know, and I was that child, but it was because I always felt like I had wisdom. I'm a very spiritual person. My ancestors do back me. Like sometimes when I process information, I do have the backing from not only my intuition and the ancestors divine into me, but also the understanding that I'm living a pure life where I'm trying my best to be transparent and vulnerable with everything that I'm doing. Why am I doing that? Because if 2 + 2 = 4, and I'm always at 2, whenever it doesn't equal 4, I know that it's not me. Right. So I'm trying my best every single time. So if you aren't seeing that effort and respecting what I'm doing, at the end of the day, the best too, because my brand has built so much. So I love it. Why do I love this? Because we've taken artists who've never performed before. Now they're getting thousands of views on a YouTube video, right? We're taking artists. Jody Tor, one of her first shows was a mystery box, hot box event and a landing on MBB World event. She's out here opening up for the biggest art, A-list celebrity artists.
Exactly.
And is that because of us? No, that's a part of us. Right. This is a platform that people have able to, from all walks, been able to walk stepping stones.
Right. So, you create a platform that people can use as a stepping stone to get to the next level. Mm-hmm. And again, that's built out of your desire to help, to want to help.
Yeah, and I remember being 17. Like I make music. I love rap, and I have like over 100 unreleased songs because because I want to roll them out correctly, and a lot of them are vulnerable songs. So I don't want to just drop them and then be like, oh, I make music. I want to like take it serious because I take everything I do very serious, and I realize that I give my brand a lot more attention than I do anything in my personal right now. So I do that to be vulnerable and express when I need to, but the direction that we're going is, oh man, I was losing where I was going. Oh, I had something to say, man. I went into the right. But it was on the premise of basically getting to the point where we're saying sometimes you're going to take unexpected turns, but when you're building through genuine, it doesn't matter the time stamp of everything that's going. It really matters about how it happens because God is going to have everything happen. So even with the music, with my music, I'm able to still feel good in sharing this energy with other artists. When I was, that's what it was. When I was younger, my first show ever, I was 17. Basically, I was excited. I was stoked. I'm like, yo, it's my first show. I was making music. It was nothing like this, but I felt good about it. And I got into the first bar, I was 17, so they had to check me. Oh, you can't get drinks, that whole situation. I get in there was 10 people. Oh my Lord, there's 10 people. I'm sitting here like, bro.
Okay.
I'm waiting for them to get in. I'm like, all right, show's gonna start a little bit. Maybe they're late, right? They call my name first. Oh my goodness. So, but that experience, honestly, it brought me down. I mean, like, obviously I still felt like I did good, but it made me feel like, wow, only 10 people came out. Maybe I didn't do something right. Maybe that. And what I learned through being an event coordinator is that some people get in this game for a profit, and some people get in this game for they care. The ones that care know how to orchestrate something that never let that happen. So something that made me feel very low, and it made me feel like, wow, maybe I'm not the rapper that I'm trying to be, was really just what I learned through just doing good business, was just somebody who just didn't know how to do their job, right? So I really wanted to establish when making my brand, not only did I want to just do these, like take these steps and build this empire, but I wanted to teach on the way. You're going to see a lot of things. Like we were the first people out here doing cameo videos. Like I remember for our first show, artists were coming up to me like, how do I promote? Because I'm like, oh, we got to promote. I realized, okay, maybe people don't know how to promote themselves. What we're going to do is we're going to have you come on camera and we're going to have you shout yourself out, say where you can perform, like how rappers do, right? We're going to do like that. But people weren't taking themselves serious because there wasn't nobody that had that heart to say, hey, this is how you do it.
Well, taking your one thing that you said that caught me was that people don't take themselves serious, and they don't take themselves serious because there's not a serious platform.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree. Wow.
It's like the high school player.
Yeah.
Okay, when he steps into college, he takes it a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
Okay. He makes it to the pros. It's a little bit more serious. You are serious as the platforms around you are. So it's incumbent on people like yourself to build those platforms.
Yeah.
Because if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Okay, and they will get serious about what they're doing because you're serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so and like I said before, when you're climbing that ladder, you'll see people fall off.
Yeah.
They'll fall off in this game. The ones that aren't serious and won't take themselves serious, they'll fall off.
Yeah.
The ones that are will appreciate the platform and will say, no, I'm coming correct.
Yeah. And one thing I noticed too, coming up, I've been 3 years doing events there. I would say this, like coming into the game, I've been very open with collaboration and just and networking, and I've met a lot of great people, but also been faced with a lot of people. I think there's in the 518, I think a narrative that needs to change is like competition over collaboration. We really need to start collaborating instead of competing. Instead of booking the same days, why don't we come together? Why don't we get a bigger venue and do something for the city? I would love that.
I love that, and I don't agree with it, but I love it. I believe that your generation, you're 24, 25 years old.
Yeah.
I think that you guys have gotten the wrong idea about competition. Okay, competition doesn't mean I throw shade at my rival or the person I'm coming. It's not that. It's I'm competing to be the absolute best.
Okay, I agree.
And I want you to think about something for a minute. Competition brings out the best in us. You look at when world records are broken during the Olympic track and field or whatever event. It's always broken during competition.
No, you're right.
When the competition is fiercest, that's when we level up. The competition brings the cream to the top. So I love competition. Competition doesn't mean you can't collaborate. No. Listen, if I were a rapper and you wanted me to do a feature on your song, and you say I'm getting Mark Davis to do a feature, I'm coming hard. I'm coming to light it up. So your shit better be correct.
No,
so you know what I'm saying? So that's competition. I'm coming to light this shit up.
I feel like that's competition through collaboration, though, and like I guess
that part is
So there's nothing wrong with healthy competition. Healthy competition is wanting to be the best, which I agree. I guess in a sense, when you start mixing feelings based off results,
that's not competition.
Yes.
That's shade.
And people often mix shade with competition.
Yeah.
I'm the type
No.
where I come from a sports background, so we can go against each other, we can battle out, go all the way out, and then after that game we can shake hands,
I played Division II basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. Full scholarship.
Hey.
My roommate was a freshman like me competing for the same position I was competing for. Okay. We were best of friends. But we were competing every day for that job.
When it's on that time to go dribble that ball.
We go to work and we're making each other better too. I remember, D, you got to work on that outside shot.
Yeah.
Let's go take out some shots.
Wow.
We're making each other better. Okay, because the bottom line is I want to be better than you.
Yeah.
I want to up you.
Wow.
And you want to up me. So let's keep this going because we're all getting better. We're all getting better. So I stand hard on that. No, compete. My assistant, Shakima Cochran, she asked me about why I help other photographers. She says, why do you help them?
Yeah.
You're competing against them. I says, I want them to be better. I want them to push me to be better.
Wow. See, I agree. See, that's why I believe collaboration. When you say it like that, you're right to say it's not about not competing. It's about healthy competition.
Right.
Can generate great collaboration, because if you and somebody are having such a great battle, you guys are doing that. Imagine, all right, you guys did something together too. And that doesn't have to be all the time. Obviously, everyone still wants to be the best. You should have that. But why not once every 3 months, you and the top 4 people in your niche do something that's big, not only for yourself, but for the community.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think pride and ego gets in the way. And I believe that if you are in this to feel like you're better than somebody, then this isn't the industry for you.
No, yeah. It's, I hear people say this bullshit about the GOAT. They're the best at it. Motherfucker, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, bro, there's somebody, there's always someone better than you. There's somebody tougher than you. There's always someone smarter than you.
It's like, no, that's the argument for your people to make for you, or your fans to make for you. You don't make that proclamation for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, you can't walk around yourself to go. If somebody, you walking down the street, yo, that's the GOAT, Reczy. Yo, boy, every time he drop a track, that fire. All right. So that's right. No, I agree.
That's for them. That's not for you to proclaim yourself. That's that. Because you proclaiming it don't make it so.
Yeah. So now, and now I'm at the point where I'm taking a turn for the better on my career. You know, I came out of a toxic situation where I just wasn't able to, I was limiting myself of what I can do. And so recently we launched the MBB Baddies. We're launching a brand ambassador program through MBB
Well, let's start with the MBB Baddies. What is that?
So MBB Baddies is a subgenre company through or off branch of MBB World, which is Mystery Box Boys, Mystery Box Baddies. So MBB Baddies is all about empowering women, giving them a platform of women who have social media attention, women who are very beautiful, very smart, have unique talents, but just didn't understand that they could funnel these great talents, this great attention to real life marketing, to real life opportunities that can change not only their life, but their family's life. So MBB Baddies is a group of women who came together that I manage, that basically we host events. You know, they do video work. We're doing some like things that I feel like aren't usually done in the 518. We're bringing a new feel to it, where we're going to be doing car washes. We're going to be doing music videos. We're going to be doing things that are bettering the community. Like so they had this dope idea, right? Where the baddies are going to be giving a fan a makeover, right? And it's going to be a day with the baddies. You know, we're all about women empowerment and just basically making everyone feel good. Like not every day do you get a chance to relieve, you know, especially in 2024, there's a lot of things in life going on. So MBB Baddies is a way of empowering women and giving them a platform to show their talents and show who they are in a way where they have a positive push.
Okay. So MBB is actually splintering.
Yes.
It's actually splintering off into different directions
into different directions. And I'm loving where it's going. You know, we have a lot of new platforms and communities that we're able to reach now because we're not binded by just showcases. We also have parties. We also have the collaborations with people who have businesses that need a push.
Now, you're talking to an old head.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between a showcase and a party?
So a showcase is... So one of our showcases, Landed on MBB World, Part 8 is coming up June 8th. What we'll do is we'll have 20 to 30 artists who are looking to promote themselves, perform. They basically they're going out doing their big one. You know, we get about 200 people to minimum 300 or 400 people in a group, and we do it just great vibes where artists are showcasing their talents. And really, there's minimal industry music. It really is all about we're spinning artist music throughout the party before. We're showcasing nothing but the artists performing. So this is something that we're talking about, nothing but the capital region music, having hundreds of people coming in to watch them perform. You know, This isn't A-list, B-list celebrity. These are local talent that have built a name to now become celebrities in a sense. And so the showcases are about more just artists promoting their music. And
is it a competition?
We've had competitions before. Where we did, it was the Rising Star Showcase. We've had 2 of those so far. And basically in those competitions, we had a bunch of amenities that an artist could win had they won the show. You know, we had a top 3. So basically that was a dope opportunity too. We've done all types of showcase in unique ways to highlight artists, whether, you know, we find cool ways so that way the audience feels even more hype for their performance, you know, whether it's competition, whether it's giveaways, whether it's raffles that we're doing in the middle. Like there's so much that you'll find at a Landed on MBB World or whatever series of events it is. Like our showcases are very, you know, just dominating with artists and their talent. And then the parties are more about creating that vibe. Like we understand, like we were doing showcases for about 2-3 years and they were like, wow, like how can we grow this? And well, it's not growing it by just growing showcases, but it's having off branches and doing different things, reaching different audiences. Maybe someone who doesn't just naturally come to an artist showcase, so they haven't gotten an opportunity to see the good music, will come to a party. But then we spin some of the good music at a party. So then they end up dancing to it and like, oh, wow, that's great. Like well, you can see it perform now. And so it's been cool crossing things, meeting new people. Getting new energies behind this. Like there's a lot of positivity that's going behind MBB World right now. And it's from just not being restricted, you know, just thinking outside the box like we intended to with the brand and And now we're here, and I'm loving every moment. I just had 15 meetings today. Before coming, I was even late, which I apologize. But there's so much stuff's going on. I had to get a haircut, but everything pushed back because I had meetings. I had to go places. We just got a venue in Schenectady. We have a venue in Albany now, a venue in Troy that we're subleasing, that we're able to throw these events consistently. So what we're trying to do is create basically opportunities very consistently for artists to be able to promote themselves and push themselves. And how we're going to take it from the local scene and to make it global is by keeping these running through the teams that are going to be staying here.
Okay.
While I'm traveling,
you're traveling,
I'm still going to be managing. That's why I've never been wanting to be the face of this. It's never been about me. It's been about a platform. And so now I'm going to be able to take my business to other states, network, build it. Yeah, I have sponsors already that are looking to really back this, not only publicly but financially, not social, like with social media, with their brands, with their companies. So now it's really building that bridge, and that's what it's been for 3 years.
That's all. It's literally building the bridge now.
And it's funny how life works. As you think life is going to go one way, and you have as long as you keep your vision.
Yes.
As long as you keep your morals, you keep your vision, you understand what your objective was the whole time building your brand, no matter what steers you left and right, as long as you have the work ethic and the heart behind it, God will give you those opportunities to still grow. So there's things that I could have never expected to go a certain way, but through it, I've adapted, I've maneuvered, and I was able to grow because I learned from my mistakes, from my successes. And, what we've done has just been, honestly, I've been waiting to be able to talk about it because I don't think there's enough awareness on, we're doing great things, but there's a lot of love behind this.
Yeah, that's usually the case. Anything, for what I see, anything that has that viral, that growth to it, it's because it's built for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. When you start making decisions based on money and not making decisions based on what's best for the people, what's best for what people are going to enjoy more, you're going to lose.
Wow.
You're going to lose. So and that money thing, it'll take you somewhere fast.
Yeah.
But usually when those companies get big like that and they start making profit decisions, they start losing the people. Yeah, and that makes the room for another company to come in and swoop in because they're making decisions for the people.
Yeah.
So that's a great way of putting it, is that you're doing things out of love. You're doing things out of genuinely caring for people getting ahead.
And as we grow, we're able to show that more. Like early on to the career, I've had a lot of slander. Like, oh my God, they're charging for a showcase. Oh my God, they're charging. Oh, artists shouldn't pay to perform. And they got to understand that this is a kid that didn't have any financial backing.
Yeah, they shouldn't pay to perform.
But I always hear perspectives, and so I don't think they heard my perspective, where the DJ is $350, the venue's $750.
Right.
We're talking about food, drinks. We're talking about lights.
Understand something too. You may not know this term. You're a young man. I'm a little older. I'm gonna keep throwing that shit at you. But I always find that people perform and do their best when they have some skin in the game.
Wow.
Okay. You take away skin in the game where anybody can just come and do it.
It's not. That has literally been so. I get to see who really invests in themselves.
Damn
it's
right.
not like I'm charging you an arm and leg.
No,
$60.
No, it doesn't.
If there's a package behind it, might
it's just that you got skin in the game.
It's skin in the game.
I'm not gonna pay you and then show up and put on a shit show.
Wow.
Okay.
You just said it best.
Skin in the game.
And you know what's crazy behind it too? We also give artists opportunity to make money off their ticket sales too, so that way they can recoup. Yeah. And we do a lot of things to show, hey, this isn't about the money, but. That was something that we got early in my career. Just, hey, why would you charge? And I guess there was a certain way things were going before. But it ended up, and it's just a testimony to when you have love behind it, we're doing it for the right reasons, stuff will work. Because if there wasn't love behind this, like how people felt and everything, all the negative push for the first year that I was doing this would have altered the brand. No, it only grew us because everybody got to, I tell this, you can't judge me unless you've had a conversation with me. A lot of people have interpretations on me because they see something through social media because I'm a promoter, or they'll hear something and they'll assume my personality or who I am. No, I'm honestly a person that's not easily described. So if you want to actually understand me, you should just talk to me because I am vulnerable. I am open. So you can ask me anything. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to look you straight in the eye and just keep it real with you. Unless don't know you.
That's you just keep that in mind, is that you can't take on a partner in the baddies and the performers
Yeah.
are partners.
Yes.
Okay, you can't take on partners without skin in the game.
Wow.
If your partner has no skin in the game, what do they got to lose?
Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, I understand people saying you're charging people to. No, I'm charging you so that you have some skin in the game, so that you're going to bring your best shit.
Wow.
Okay, so it's just a different way of looking at it.
And I've seen a lot of, and I love that you say it, like, I love the way you explain it, because I've seen so many people grow from this. Like, I've seen people do other shows and they've gotten an experience where it didn't grow. It didn't grow. Growth is what's important behind this. What does that mean? You got to network with somebody from that event, and you guys are collaborating on a song. You got to work with a videographer now. I see people in the 518 gatekeep. I'll be honest with you, right? And one thing nobody can say about this platform is we gatekeep. I've had people to be honest, people I don't even like be using use my like, and I've never stopped people from collaborating like with my friends or people that I do business with.
Right.
I've never thrown shade on. I can say this truthfully. I've never stopped anything. I've never altered or put a whisper in somebody's ear, because I never want that to be done to me. And two, I learned at the end of the day, nobody is me. So who am I to feel a way about something when God created me to be this, and no outside force that I don't allow can affect me? So it doesn't even matter how, if two people link up and they talk negative about you, or two friends link up and they say good, whatever it is, as long as you're doing what you're doing, the outside opinions don't matter. Whether they're good, they're bad, they're in between, because you know your mission. So my mission is always to make a platform that's to reach the world. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the one thing that I always stood on is that people aren't going to talk good.
Yeah.
They're going to talk bad.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the business of entertainment.
Yeah.
Just talk. I don't give a shit if it's good or bad.
And I'm learning that
Just
now.
keep talking.
I'm
because when they don't discuss you anymore, you're not relevant.
Wow.
So talk good, talk bad, just keep talking.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a different opinion of you. They have a different opinion of everything that you do. That everything is not going to be uniform. So I don't care if you say, I don't like that work. I don't like this. I don't like this part. Oh, that's fine. Just keep talking, because once they stop talking about you, you're no longer relevant.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you know, it's funny. I've been learning this past like month or two since I've been rolling out MBB Baddies, and I've learned how to deal with that is by simply not paying attention to it. Now, at a certain point, when you're running a brand, you have to look at analytics and you have to look at the goods and the bads. But I'm talking about when it comes to comments, when it comes to, you know, statuses or just opinions of what you're doing, like when people say it to you, you just gotta brush that off. You know, it's part
Pay
of the game.
attention to everything. Pay attention to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't internalize everything.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Pay attention to it.
Pay attention.
I want to know what this one thinks. I want to know. That's the only way I'm gonna. You know, is because if it's valid, I have to do something about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pay attention to it. I'm just not gonna internalize it.
Wow.
Okay. You can. You know, someone can say something horrific about Mark Davis. I'll work with him tomorrow.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that you say that. There's people that they early on were critiquing my brand. I messaged him like, "Hey, I seen you commented something like pretty negative, but I just was curious about your opinion, because you clearly have an opinion. So like, what do you think I could do better?" And I've gotten like messages, and like some have been complete like garbage, but some have actually been like, wow, thank you.
Exactly.
Because I never looked at it like that, and I wish you had said it differently. You didn't have to come at it like that, but you have a valid point.
You have a valid point.
You have a valid point.
That's right. That's why I pay attention to everything. I don't
Yeah,
internalize anything. I don't internalize good. I don't internalize bad. I don't internalize none of it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's all because what you have to do, and what I've done.
It's like, see it, but don't pay attention to it.
Well, yeah, Mark A. Davis Photography is an entity. It doesn't have feelings.
Yeah, wow.
So I can't look at things with feelings.
Yeah.
I have to look at things as the entity looks at things. Okay? So, yeah, you said something bad. Is it valid? You know, maybe you said it the wrong way, but is it valid? Wow. So that's how we grow. So I like that. You're a young man and you're growing. I tell you, man, you're a young man and you're growing.
I feel like I'm so late to stuff, because I'll tell you what.
Oh, you're only 24, man. I got shoes older than you.
I know, but it's like, I just feel like when I was younger, I just was really worried about I was into sports and everything, but I just wish that I had the same mindset or same drive that I have now. Like, right. I would have definitely did things in a way where I would have used my talents earlier. Like I was singing a lot when I was younger, but then because I was in sports, I like held back on it because people had comments. I was like, I wish I could look at my younger self and be like, bro, grow some balls, nigga, go sing. But it's all because at an early age, I cared about people's opinions, and I learned, this is like a hard lesson to learn, but I learned when you care about people's opinions and you put that part over yours, you're now operating not off your energy. And so I was acting and becoming and thinking ways that weren't true to me. And that's when I said about when I got actually got kicked out of college because I was so down about not realizing I wasted time going to the NFL. Like I'm not going to the NFL. I'm in D3 football. There's people 6'8" my size, or like in my position that were way bigger than me. I had to go through that point in my life where I started meditating. I started doing some reflection. What got me here? You know, what makes me feel like I wasted my time? And what I learned is it wasn't time wasted. What I learned from sports was like I learned work ethic. I learned how to grind for what I want. If you want to do something, it's not just you can't just say it. You have to walk it. And there's a lot of principles that sports will teach you. Even if someone doesn't go to the NFL, even if you don't make it to college, like anything you do, you should just take it serious. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I learned is I learned how to take things seriously. I used to like live, eat, breathe, sleep sports. Like, you know, I come from a very sports background. My last name is Tillman. The Tillmans are known for football. I had big shoes to fill. My older brother, he went to college to play football too. My dad, he would have went to college, but he had real life things going on. But this dude was the most athletic. He was my trainer. I had a personal trainer and a father. You feel me? He's more of a trainer than the pop. You know what I'm saying? Like we was more, feel me, like working on sports. That's how we bonded though. So to come from that and to switch to this, I wouldn't have changed my journey at all because it made me who I am today and it allowed me to learn lessons that I don't think many can. And I do have a wisdom behind me because it wasn't about like textbook work that I learned. I was very good in school. I went to a private school when I got the scholarship, so I had a lot of intelligence. But what you can't teach is what's inside you, and I do have a fire that burns in me. I want more from life. I want more for my family. I want more for the people who've helped me even learn. You know, there's a lot of people I'm a master of many masters. I have conversations and I take pieces that click to me and I'm able to grow from it. So even if I have a conversation with somebody, I'm appreciative of any energy that's reciprocated. If I'm talking to you and I'm trying to build with you and you're building back with me, I'm going to give that in 10 times fold because you deserve it. And we're transmuting energy and we're creating. Absolutely. And that's what I enjoy to do. Like, and that's what all of this is. I like creating, dude. I fucking love this.
Again, though, that's what we are. We're creating. You know, let me tell you something. As an artist, the moment you start worrying about the outside noise, you're no longer an artist. Okay? Wow. Artists have always walked the line. Yeah. We've taken risks. That's what an artist does. An artist takes risks. Yeah. That's what we do. Wow. So you can't take risks when you're worried about perception. Okay? You just do what you do. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Shit, you make me want to just drop. But it's funny that you say that. It makes me want to just drop my music because no funny. I guess in a sense, I haven't dropped like majority of my catalog because I feel like a lot of it is vulnerable, like my truth type shit. So, but I guess, and it does walk the line, like of like, yo, you really want to, but who am I to not drop that? Like, I'm somebody that's thinking about other people's feelings rather than my art. Wow, and I agree. Like, you can't really fully create if you're not thinking for yourself. You cannot think for other people's opinions.
You can't think for other. You can't. I don't. When I put out work, some of my best work didn't get the likes and shares, whatever that is, the likes and shares that it should have garnered. But it got the right people looking. Wow. The right people looked and said, damn, that's smoking. Yeah, that's clean. So like artists, other artists saw that and they said, so you have to understand that you just have to put your work out there. You know, you're an artist. Create. Let the critiquers critique. You know, critiquers critique, artists create. Wow. They're, you know, it's like when, you know, a lot of times people ask me what I think of somebody's picture. I say, I'm an artist. I don't know. I can't critique it. Yeah, I can't. Because all I can do is look at it from what I would have done. And that's not fair. Okay? That's not fair to the artist that created it. Wow. So I don't critique other artists. And you know, so you get people out there who critique and people who create. Yeah. Okay?
And I'll say this: people who have a lot of time to critique probably don't have much going on. That's why they're critiquing.
Well,
you know?
I don't. You're probably right. They probably don't have much. They're not creators though. So all they do is sit back and critique because they're not artists. They're not creating.
I guess it's hard to wow. Then that's a perspective, and that's a eye-opening perspective. Is like, yeah, everyone does live a different life, and like when you see, everyone can see the same thing and see it differently. So what somebody sees as an opportunity, somebody sees as a complaint.
Yes.
Somebody sees an opportunity to fix and to create a change. Somebody sees something to point at and bark about. Wow. And I think like, you know how I used to be one of those people. I can't judge too much because like before I was 20, went through this whole personal experience. So I can relate. I think that's the one thing about me. I'm very truthful to say, like, I will be quick to say my opinion, but I will just say I have an opinion because I can relate. Like I've been somebody who's thought about the wrong things, who if he was in my situation right now with the old mindset that I had, probably wouldn't have made the best decisions. But why am I able to get these blessings now? Is because I've grown through it. I've been vulnerable to say, hey, this is what it is, and now I'm going to grow. And so the next step for MBB World is to show impact not only in this community, but it's into the communities to come
abroad. And bringing things together. That's
and we got some dope things, dude. I'm talking about like we got some dope events coming up. Like I don't want to give too much, but like the promo is gonna be insane. But I guess the two events I can talk about right now: May 25th, we have the 518 Gone Wild Summer Bash Part 2. The Part 1 was literally insane. In 8 days, we promoted it. It was an idea that came like in 10 minutes, and I got some of my friends in the industry to come help me, and we smoked it. The MBB Baddies became a great thing. And then June 8th, we have Landing on MBB World Part 8. This is a Part 8 to our series of Landing on MBB World showcases. So, I mean, to have an 8th event off a series, like, I'm honored that we're coming up to 10. Like, it's been so amazing.
You're doing a great job.
And it's been, I'll tell you what, I appreciate hearing it because it's not been the easiest thing, but it's been a job I love doing. You know what I mean? Like, I love growing in it because every day you can learn something new. So I just apply new skills, new mindsets to stuff. And I think
nothing's worth doing is easy.
I feel like what we've created right now is like a really good, nothing's perfect yet, but a formula for success that as long as we keep the energy high and we believe in ourselves, like there's nothing we can't do.
I like that. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for coming to Backstage.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I look forward to your events coming up. Maybe I'll pop out to get one.
Yeah. I'll give you VIP to the next one. You don't even got to bring the camera. You just pull up.
No. I got to come and catch content.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. It's like I want the world. My tagline is the world through my lens.
Wow.
So I want to show people what I see through my lens. Oh. So that's important for me to bring my camera and capture what's going on.
I love that, and that means you love your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you love your job, and I love that capturing the world through the lens.
It's an opportunity because when we see things, we all see something different.
Wow.
Because I'm a photographer, I get a chance to show you what the world looks like to me.
Wow, that's cool. That's
so that's why when people say, "Well, you don't have to bring your camera," no, I'm bringing my camera because I want to show people what the world looks like to me. So this event, I want to show the world what it looks like to me.
Wow, and it means something to have Mark Davis, record what you're doing. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I appreciate it, and I've seen your work for so long. I'm honored to be here. This platform is amazing. You're very professional, and the setup is dope. And you as a person, you have great energy behind you. And for you to be somebody who has so much behind them of what they've done and what you've done for not only yourself but the community, and to still have a platform for other people to come on who are thriving in the community or trying to come up in the community. We commend you, and as somebody who speaks for the 518, we appreciate you. And this is dope. I can't. It's a great setup. Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you again.